The real issue with lunchboxes and how to fix it. Hi, I'd like to talk about loot boxes and my reasoning for why they should not be banned, but instead what the problem is and how to fix it. I will admit most of this has been kept under my hat to employ in a future game, so you could consider hiring me or a donation, but I'll be giving some of these details today for free, because I do care about games and those who enjoy them. Alright, so let's say you have your game with its progression system and its aesthetic factor that you enjoy. The first thing us players generally don't like with loot boxes is when we cannot earn these items in game. So we look for that first. And if there is only one way, we may ask ourselves if it was the best choice for the game. And I want to point out, it's not a bad thing that we ask ourselves if it makes sense for the developers, publishers, to make money with loot boxes in the different ways they have decided in the past. But we do need to be asking if it makes sense for the game structure and how the players interacting with the game are likely to perceive it. Perception and expectation are really important. I already did a video about that topic. The link will be provided for those curious. Okay, so think about it for a minute. That deep philosophical question about progression systems and RNG, which is pretty common to games the world over, even before loot boxes, as we know them today, came into being. Why do we enjoy opening a chest for loot at the end of a game battle, but yet feel so weird about opening up our wallets to purchase a treasure chest containing random items for our in-game character? Like, hey man, whatever happened to the thing called lore? Sometimes I ask myself, what are we, the sponsors, and our characters are in the games? It generally looks more and more like a blatant cash grab in most cases, probably for lack of effort and imagination. But I personally find it kind of ridiculous how unimmersive the entire experience becomes. Which brings me to what I'm currently asserting is the problem with loot boxes. It's not immersive enough, guys. No, while you're still thinking about that, all jokes aside, the problem is with how digital currencies and online games are not protected by laws that real monies are. Like, what is the big problem with selling your 20-year-old maxed out character, the one worth at least a few grand, if not much more, from the rare gear you worked so hard to get? And why is it bad to sell gold for real-world money? Well, to summarize a lot of legal jumbo no one understands, including the people who wrote it, digital money isn't real, so you can't exchange it for real money. But what if digital money had real-world value? Well, for starters, it becomes a lot more valuable. Value for the customer or the players, which increases value for the supplier or the game/industry. I believe we will see more adoption of currencies sponsoring in digital commodities coming near in the future to increase the value of their commercial product, i.e. a game, and or to increase the value of their commerce or currency, i.e. money. This would be enough in itself to help players make more informed buying choices, knowing there is tangible value on an otherwise intangible digital object. And I'm making this video prior to the historical error of banning all loot boxes, because not all of them have to be a Skinner box psychological trap. Artists should not be banned from prize boxes simply because a few corporations took advantage of their perceived monopoly over the industry or games industry. We've already covered what the root issue is and some solutions, but here is my secret checklist, now going public. If you want to use them, maybe we can make a joke stamp of quality so people know us gamers handled ourselves. But anyway, number 1, creativity. Are they lore friendly or the same old cash grab? Number 2, cosmetic only. Do they affect gameplay or progression? If it does, how dramatic? Is this unfair for those who invest large quantities of time? Versus, is this unfair for those who cannot invest a lot of time that they probably want to? And number 3, does the loot match the expectation or value? So I hope that rather than trying to ban loot boxes, we request the bill instead be about consumer protection rights for purchased digital items. Or consider incorporating blockchain cryptocurrencies with future online gaming titles. Comments and critique are welcome, and share this if you ever want anyone to see it. Do what you want. Thanks for checking out the channel. Have a great one.